Hello and welcome again to Not Fake News. We have an article by Deborah Hine. Former Marine flees Iraq after Facebook warning about Iraq refugees goes viral. You remember this guy? We just did a video on him. This is a must-see video that you could check out if you subscribe and you look at the channel. Must-see video. A former U.S. Marine who works as private security contractor in Iraq had to flee the country after his Facebook post warning of dangers Americans face in the tumultuous country went viral. Via Fox News insider Steve Gern's video, which was posted from Iraq and has been viewed more than 44 million times, came just a few days after President Trump's executive order triggered massive protests at U.S. airports. The order temporarily banned travel from 7 Muslim-majority countries, including Iraq, Iran, and Syria. Gern played a short message about conversations he had about the controversial order of the Iraqis. He said he asked them what would happen if an American went out in their town. He asked the group, "Would I be welcome?" And they all replied, "Absolutely not. You would not be welcome," Gern recalled. "They said the locals would snatch me up and kill me within 1 hour, said Gern. "I'd be tortured first, and after they were done torturing me, I'd probably be beheaded, and it would go on video for everyone to see as an example." This is the local populace that would do this, Gern pointed out. It isn't ISIS. It isn't Al-Qaeda. He said his question to them was pretty simple. If you would do this to me in your country, why would I let you in my country? And they didn't have an answer for him. CIA that funded moderate Muslim Brotherhood narrator opposed the group's terror designation. That's another story. Okay, that was a good one. And you should definitely check out the video. Oh, there is a video. Hold on. Wait. Somewhere in here. Let's see what he's got to say.
Welcome back to Hannity. Former Marine Staff Sergeant Steve Gern was working as a private security contractor in Iraq, well, at least until a few days ago, when he was forced to flee the country. He posted a video on Facebook talking about President Trump's temporary travel ban. It got more than 44 million views. Watch this.
I'm currently in Iraq, which is one of the countries that were on the list. And there's been a lot.
This is the video I wanted you to watch, so I guess you don't have to watch it. You're watching it now.
Discussion about the executive order. Obviously, in the United States, there's lots going on, and over here, there's a lot going on as well. Just a lot of things you all don't see. So, the other morning, we were having a discussion on the executive order, and a lot of the Iraqis obviously showed their displeasure in this executive order, and why they feel like they've been betrayed by the United States and so on. I listened to what they had to say, and after they were done, yelling and screaming about their opinion on things, I asked a simple question, and I got an answer to that simple question. I got it without hesitation. My simple question was, as an American, if I went out in town right now, would I be welcome? And they instantly said, absolutely not, you would not be welcome. And I said, okay, so what would happen if I went out in town? And they said, the locals would snatch me up and kill me within an hour. I'd be tortured first, and after they were done torturing me, I'd probably be beheaded. It would, go on video for everybody to see as, an example. The point I'm trying to make is, this is the local populace that would do this. This isn't ISIS. This isn't Al-Qaeda. This isn't the PMU. This isn't a militia from the Iranians or anything like that. This is the local populace that would do this. So my question to them was pretty simple then after that. If you would do this to me in your country, why would I let you in my country? Because all this means to me is that if you have the opportunity to take the life of an American, you would do it. something you all need to think about back there. If this is the way some of these cultures feel, this is the way that these countries feel about Americans, why would you be so naive to believe that if they came to the United States, they would do anything any different than what they would do right here in their own country?
And joining us now to share his story is Steve Gurns. Steve, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me.
I know you say these are simple questions that you're asking, but they're really profound questions that clearly hit a nerve. Were you surprised by the 44 million views?
Absolutely, I was. I posted that at 11 o'clock at night, and I went to bed. I got up at 05 the next morning to get ready for mission. I was told that it had hit 1.1 million at that time. I didn't think anything of it. I kind of laughed it off, and I went out on mission, got my weapons, and came back from mission, put my weapons up, and was figuring about that time it was around 5 million views, and I was expecting, obviously, a call on the radio to make it to the office, and I shortly after got that call.
All right, so you really were advised this had gone so viral and people now know what you look like. You were sent home. Is there any chance you get to ever go back?
I don't know what the intentions are of the company I'm currently working for or employed by. I do know that I was removed, obviously, for safety issues. So I do not know exactly where we're going to go from here.
All right. Look, I guess what's so frustrating about this is, to me, it's a very simple equation. We're not saying that you can't come to America. We're saying that we need to check you out. What really bothers me deep down inside is when all our top intelligence officials are telling us that ISIS will infiltrate the refugee population. Well, ISIS may be evil, but that doesn't mean they're stupid. And I got to imagine that they would train people to withstand whatever questioning would come their way. How do you ever positively ascertain what is in somebody's heart if they want to come to America, if they want to come here for freedom, or they want to come here to proselytize, or they want to come here to hurt Americans and blow up a school or a mall or whatever?
You're really not going to be able to. And what I have learned over the years of working, in Iraq and Afghanistan is they're very good at manipulation. They can manipulate just about anyone, and they're really good at it. So they can tell you what they want you to hear, and they can keep that up for many, many years. And then eventually, when it's time, they'll do what they believe is right. And if that is to hurt an American or hurt many of us at one time, they're going to do it.
Well, I think your admonition, I know you said these are simple questions, but they're very deep, very profound, and very timely and relevant to the debate that's going on in the country. Sir, glad you got home safe. Thank you for being with us. Congratulations on the 44 million hits. And when we come back, a new report in.
That's a great story. Okay, I'm gonna take you to another story real quick by Rick Moran. Study: 72 convicted terrorists who live in U.S. came from countries covered by the vetting order of the Obama administration. The failed Obama administration. This should come as a rude shock to the judges of the Ninth Circuit, who justified their order overturning the ban on refugees and travel by citizens of the 7 Muslim countries by claiming there is no evidence those countries have produced a terrorist. Wow. The Center for Immigration Studies compiled a list of 72 U.S. residents from those 7 countries who were convicted of terror-related charges. In June 2016, the Senate Subcommittee on Immigration and the National Interest, then chaired by new Attorney General Jeff Sessions, released a report on individuals convicted in terror cases since 9/11. Using open sources, because the Obama administration refused to provide government records, the report found that 380 out of 580 people convicted in terror cases since 9/11 were foreign-born. That's 380 out of 580 were foreign-born. The report is no longer available on the Senate website, but a summary published by Fox News is available here. I'll open that in a second. The Center has obtained a copy of the information compiled by the subcommittee. The information compiled includes the names of offenders, the dates, the conviction, terror group, affiliation, federal crimes, charges, sentence imposed, state of residence, and immigration history. The Center has extracted information on 72 individuals named in the Senate report, whose country of origin is one of the 7 terrorist-associated countries, included the vetting executive order Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. The Senate researchers were not able to obtain complete information on each of the convicted terrorists, so it is possible that more of the convicted terrorists are from these countries. So 380 were from foreign countries, but they just can't tell. 72 they're confirming. And that's what you need to know. Let's see that thing that they showed there.
We are back with our on-the-record special, Terror in America, ISIS in Election 2016. And what do Donald Trump and Secretary Hillary Clinton say they will do to wipe out these terrorists? Here's Donald Trump's strategy.
Containing the spread of radical Islam must be a major foreign policy goal of the United States and indeed the world. Events may require the use of military force, but it's also a philosophical struggle, like our long struggle in the Cold War. In this, we're going to be working very closely with our allies in the Muslim world. We should work together with any nation in the region that is threatened by the rise of radical Islam. But this has to be a two-way street. They must also be good to us. We must stop importing extremism through senseless immigration policies. We have no idea where these people are coming from. There's no documentation. There's no paperwork. There's nothing. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. A pause for reassessment will help us to prevent the next San Bernardino or, frankly, much worse.
And here's Secretary Hillary Clinton's strategy.
I've laid out my plans for defeating ISIS. We need to take out their strongholds in Iraq and Syria by intensifying the air campaign and stepping up our support for Arab and Kurdish forces on the ground. We need to keep pursuing diplomacy to end Syria's civil war and close Iraq's sectarian divide, because those conflicts are keeping ISIS alive. We need to lash up with our allies and ensure our intelligence services are working hand in hand to dismantle the global network that supplies money, arms, propaganda, and fighters to the terrorists. And we need to win the battle in cyberspace. And of course, we need to strengthen our defenses here at home. Now that, in a nutshell, is my plan for defeating ISIS.
Would